You had mentioned that you had thought that a lot of today's pastors were prophets and apostles in hiding or underground. My question then is, do you feel like the church is suffering some kind of the word left me.
What are they suffering from? Exactly.
Suffering some of God's wrath because of their lack of acknowledgement of the prophetic and their prophetic side and refusing to move in that part of themselves.
I don't know if I would go so far as to say there's some sort of corporate wrath on the body of Christ. What I would say is that there is the unrestrained consequences, because it's the same consequence that you would have if you retired your military and retired your police department and retired your government officials, and now you've got all of this great void of power, but nobody restrained the reasons that they were needed in the first place. See, many churches and much of the body of Christ today has yet to understand why God said that God has ordained these in the church: first apostles, second prophets, third teachers. Nobody knows why God said that. So because they don't know, they just think that, well, I can just pick and choose what I like. However, when we stop making this thing fit man's understanding and we begin to look at it from the Creator who founded these institutions, who maintains them, who ordained them, when we begin to look at the issues, the problems, situations, and circumstances that existed that these ministries were raised up to address, we'll stop trying to figure out whether they should exist. You don't have to go anywhere and ask folks, so why do we need cops? Well, why do we need doctors? Well, why do we need courts? You don't have to ask anybody that. You're like, thank God. I remember one time they had where I come from, they had a kind of a extended, what do you call it? What do they do? Strike. Let's start with the garbage strike. Man, they only had to be on strike 3 days. We was like, pay them. Give them what they want. All I know is I do not want these little rodents running around on my front lawn. Okay? And then we had one time they had a strike of the police officers. They said crime was its lowest. Even the criminals were scared. Even they know why they want cops. Okay? They like, I want somebody to be able to get this boy off me if he gets to hitting me. Or I want to know that I'm at least having free reign. So you don't need to explain to society what these counterparts of God's supernatural agents do. But because we've become, I think someone said it earlier, so intellectual, that we can't see that there is a supernatural world in back of ours. The infrastructure of creation is spirit. That's why he hangs his word on nothing. The world hangs on nothing. The infrastructure is spirit. The engine of all creation is spirit. Now you hear folks say, well, I don't know if I agree with that. Well, what's your electricity? You don't see your electricity. You see it's working or not. Ask New York.
Hi, this is Dr. Paula Price, and I want to invite you to
Hallelujah.
join me
Who's next?
on the Hidden Truth Teleshow, where I will be talking about my Prophet's Dictionary. We'll go through a couple of terms, and you'll get a chance to ask me a few questions. So don't miss it. Again, that's this evening. The information should be on your screen.